It was beautiful.
That's one place that's on our bucket list, man. We haven't been to San Diego yet.
You gotta check it out.
I'm in San Diego. This is Iris.
Iris.
Yeah, Iris.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
78 sunny and beautiful today.
Yes, yes.
And it's always like that, though. It's always like 78, 81, 80, like 75. Beautiful, beautiful. I remember anytime I visit that place, it's always nice.
I look forward to it.
Please enter your access.
All right, guys. 1 minute. We got people coming on.
You are the host.
To the right.
Please wait, and you will be joined into the conference.
All right, so let's do this real quick. Got 38 folks.
Please announce yourself.
Do this.
I'm gonna give you no way. I'm gonna give you a chance to speak. Not yet.
All right, just muted everybody out. We're going to go ahead and get started. We are also live on Facebook, folks. So you guys on Facebook can see what we have going here. So let's get started. I'm going to continue to look over here and bring more people on. Folks, my name is Ontarian Hawkins. I am the passive income guru coming to you from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here. All right. Actually, let me do a mic check. You guys, if you guys can hear me loud and clear, go ahead and drop a number 1 for me in the chat. If you can hear me loud and clear, I would really appreciate that. Just a sound check. Awesome. Thank you so much for your participation. All right. So again, hailing from Tulsa, Oklahoma. A little bit about me for those of you who never seen me before, you never heard of me before. I've been in the online, actually, let me go back. I've been in the home-based business arena since early 2000s. All right, somebody sharing their screen. Steve L. So we got somebody sharing their screen here. Steven. Sharing your screen, brother. All right, 1 second, folks. Technical difficulties here. All right, thank you so much, brother. Thank you. All right, so started in the home-based business industry, early 2000s. I was a college student at the time, and basically, my stance and my dream as a college student was to learn how to become an entrepreneur, because I knew once I got out of college, which I'm a college dropout, by the way, once I got out of college, I did not want to work the rest of my life for the man. I seen my mother do that. She's still doing it. My father, I'm looking to retire them soon. They've worked hard all of their lives. And I wanted something different for my family, and entrepreneurship was the way to go. So I stumbled into many network marketing companies. You name it, I've probably done it. Went to numerous hotel meetings, numerous 3-way calls, and it felt like a second job after a while, because I was trying to convince people to join me. I was trying to let them know, hey, what I have is going to help you. But all in all, I was being mocked. I was being laughed at. And that did something inside of me. It created what I call fire belly. And what I mean by that is I wanted to prove those who were laughing at me, who thought it was a scam, I wanted to prove them wrong. So I got mad in a good way. And I went out on a rampage to really figure this thing out. So long story short, 2008, I came online to learn the internet marketing game. The reason I did that is because in my MLM stage, it felt like I was like a lion. I was chasing people, trying to convince them, but I knew in the internet space, that there was a way to actually attract people to you, generate leads, get traffic, etc. So that is what I wanted to learn how to do. So 2008, I came on. I ran into a couple of mentors who taught me first how to think. Okay, and if you don't take away anything from this tonight, I want you to know this. In order to be successful in business, I don't care if you're doing it online or offline, you need the right mindset. And I'm going to take it a little further and say the right philosophy. Your outlook on what you believe you can do is going to make a big difference. So what do I mean by that? Your philosophy. So you can learn about an opportunity one day, and the next day you can talk yourself right out of that opportunity because you've changed your philosophy within a 24-hour period. Many people do it all the time. At the same time, that same philosophy, you can see a presentation, get excited about it, and in 24 hours, you can still be excited about it and actually start to implement and be successful. Okay, so it's all about your outlook. It's all about how you think that you're going to be able to achieve it. So in my journey of online, I had a lot of struggles, lost a lot of money. I made money, but I lost a lot of money as well. Been scammed a lot. Okay, I put my money in things, and one day I'll wake up and the program is gone. Okay, in most cases, most people will probably quit at that time. But me, I decided to stick to it and say, hey, you know what? I know that I'm going to make it one day. My philosophy was strong because I learned how to condition my mindset early on. And that's what's helped me to get to where I am today. It took me 5 years to have my first breakthrough. And what I mean by breakthrough is my financial breakthrough to where I was able to actually walk away from my job. I had a lot of momentum and I knew exactly what I needed to do on a daily basis to make it work. So you are here today because I'm going to share with you something that is going to help you in whatever business you're doing. I don't care if you're doing Avon, Mary Kay, Amway. I don't care if you have affiliate marketing program. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're new to the internet marketing space. What you're about to learn tonight is going to change the game. Now, I titled this The Secret Marketing Hack System because that's exactly what it is. You're going to learn from top affiliate marketers we've gone through the struggles. We've gone through the ups and downs. We've tested, we've tried, and we're giving you something that is going to help you break through this year and many years to come. But before I get to that, I want to introduce one of my good friends, one of my good business partners, David Dekel, who is the system you're going to learn about tonight is the creator of this particular platform. And I'm not going to give his whole story away. I'm going to give it over to him and let him tell his story and how he came into the space. And what you're going to learn in the end is going to really, really resonate and excite you. I can guarantee you that. So make sure you stay into the end. I can guarantee that you will not be sorry. So David, are you there, my friend?
Yes, sir. I'm right here. First of all, thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Yes, sir.
I can't think of any better way to spend my time than to help other fellow entrepreneurs to really get their business in order and kind of get their first dollar into the first $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, wherever you want to take it, basically. Because I remember the struggle, just like you said, and man, I kind of feel bad because I went through about a year of struggle. And for those of you who want to hear my story, just type in 2 in the chat box. If not, we'll just dive right into the system stuff because I know that every crowd is a little different. So if you want to hear kind of where I came from, just type in 2 in the chat box. If not, we'll dive right into the whole system and how that came about and how that can help you. I see a bunch of 2s kind of starting to come in. All right, so I see there's some interest.
They don't know you, David. They got to know who you are. So who is this guy? We know.
Sure, man. Sure. So here's what happened. Basically, I was working for the equivalent of, I think everybody would understand, is the equivalent of like AT&T up here in Canada, like large, very large enterprise, very large cell phone company. And I was there for about 8 years at a time. This was around 2012. And I remember it was about a year after my daughter was born. It was Christmas. It was December, actually, the beginning of December. And I walked into my, and I thought I was doing okay. I thought I was, regular job, making about $36,000 a year, covering my bills, doing all that stuff. And I walked into my manager's office one day, that December, and I told him, hey, listen, I have like 3 things going on at the end of the month. Can I take some time off? Because I had my birthday at the end of the month. I had, my daughter just turned 1, and also it was Christmas. Now, I'm not really religious, but it's nice to take some time off the holiday, right? Spend it doing something else other than work. And before I even got a chance to kind of leave the office, he already had an answer for me. And I thought he was going to say, let me think about it or whatever. But basically what he said was, no. There's just no way that's going to happen. Because, if I give you any time off, everybody else is going to ask for time off. It's just, we got a huge quota to meet at the end of the month. It's just not happening. I was like, all right, no problem. So, sometimes you get what you want in life. Sometimes you don't. We're not going to cry about it. And I kind of moved on. So that month I ended up working anywhere from like 12 to 14-hour days because we had, like he said, a huge quota to meet. And because of that, I had to put in some extra effort and stuff. And at the end of the month, the checks came in and I thought, okay, you know what? I didn't get a chance to take the vacation, but at least a little bump in pay would be nice. So then I can do whatever I want in January. So the guy with the envelopes comes in, gives everybody their envelopes. I get my envelope, I open it, I look at it, and it's the same exact amount as every single other month. I honestly thought there was like a mistake in accounting or something. So I called the head office and I was like, hey, I think there's a mistake on with my check because I ended up working like a lot more, like over 150% this month. And they were like, no, there's no mistake. You work on like a global amount. It doesn't matter if you put in the extra time, that makes no difference whatsoever. And I'm like, man, I wish I knew that before because if I knew that, I wouldn't have bothered. At 5 o'clock, I would have punched the clock and kind of left and done my own thing. And that moment, that when that happened, that made me realize that, look, and you might be going through this right now, as important as you think you are, wherever you're working right now, you're really just a number. And I know it hurts to hear that, but that's really true because you can be replaced at any time. They don't really care about you. You're just there to kind of produce. And if they have to replace you, they will. And that's the end of that. So I started thinking, okay, I can't, this is not the path that I want. I can't be micromanaged like this on taking vacations and basically having everything that I want to do at the hands of some dude that also, I'm not blaming him or anything. I mean, he probably also has a job to do here and he's trying to reach his own quotas and stuff. But I wanted something different. That was the moment when I kind of became curious about the whole online thing. And then what happened was I just like, I guess a lot of people, I just went to Google and I was like, make money online or how to make money online, how to start an online business. And that led me down a rabbit hole where I'm sure many of you know of a website called the Warrior Forum. Back then it was super popular. Maybe it still is today. I don't know. I haven't visited it in a long time.
Still popping, Dave. It's still popping.
Still popular. Yeah. These days I don't go online at all. I basically just kind of hide in my cave working on projects and stuff. But back then I saw a whole bunch of different like people promising all kinds of stuff and they all looked really good. And I ended up buying a thing after a thing after a thing after a thing. And for some reason, none of it was working for me. Like I buy this $7 thing and this $12 thing and that $4.97 thing and this $100 thing. And until I got to a point where this was a very short time span, by the way, about 3 weeks after, because once I dive into something, I just go all in. And I ended up meeting a guy and he had like this page and he was like, hey, I'll coach you and I'll show you how I'm making all this money and da-da-da-da. And I ended up like connecting with him over a Skype call. Like he was overseas, I was here. And the guy showed me, like he showed me that he was doing over $40,000 a month. He was about 10 years younger than me. And he was doing it in actually overseas. Like he wasn't even here in North America and stuff. And for whatever reason, like I just like imagine right now if you look out your window and you see like a unicorn flying, you're like, what is that? Like I didn't just see that, did I? Like it was outside of my belief system. I could not believe that somebody can actually make online, out of all places, that much money. So I told him no. I told him, I'm sorry, I'm not going to join your coaching program. I'm not going to give you the whatever several thousand of dollars that he wanted to charge me at the time. And I basically like we ended the conversation and that was it. And then I went on to join my first kind of network marketing online thing and failed miserably, didn't produce any kind of results. Went on to join the same exact opportunity, literally a month and a half later under a different sponsor. Because back then I thought, oh man, my sponsor is not like, that's the person that's responsible for my success. And clearly that's not the way to think about things, because I know it's kind of a cold splash of water in your face, but your sponsor actually has nothing to do with your success. Sure, they might give you a point, like a couple of pointers, couple of tips and stuff, but really you are the one responsible for your success. And one thing led to another. And, I spoke to a couple, I ended up joining the same opportunity 3 times. And in all 3 times I failed miserably. I wasn't able to generate anything, any kind of results. And then I spoke to a couple of people and they said, look, your problem is you don't know how to get traffic. You should learn how to get traffic, because that's the name of the game, right? Like that's, if you know how to get traffic, especially free traffic, then you'll be fine. I was like, okay, so how do we get free traffic? Well, you got to learn SEO, right? Like you got to learn how to get traffic from Google. I dive into that for about 3 months, buy every course I can on that. And by the time I'm done kind of learning about that, Google made this huge change in their algorithm that basically invalidated everything that I learned. Like everything just went to garbage. And then finally, one day, I remember it was in late July of 2013. I'm driving to my work, and I mean dropped off my daughter to the kindergarten thing, and then drove to work. And as I'm arriving, I see a car there, like an SUV, a white Ford SUV that's usually not there before me. So I pull in, get into the office. And as I'm kind of walking in, I say hello to everyone, good morning and stuff. And I sit and I see my manager kind of walking by and sitting across from me and basically sliding over this white envelope over to me. And he says, good morning, David. And as I'm kind of opening the envelope, he says, look, we were doing some restructuring and looking at some numbers, and I'm sorry, but we're going to have to let you go. And as soon as I heard that, like literally my ears turned red, my mouth turned like dry, because I knew the kind of financial position I was in. And I was over $40,000 in debt at the time, between credit cards, lines of credit, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So now I'm a single dad. I'm over $40,000 in debt. I got 0 income from a job, 0 online income. Things got pretty serious pretty quickly, like really, really quickly. So it was time for me to either like make it happen or not. But I knew one thing, because as I was walking out of the office that day, I made a promise to myself and I said, look, I am not going to go through this 8-year cycle again, where I get another job, work for someone else for another 8 years of my life with completely useless information about cell phones in my head now that I can't use for anything else. And just to get fired all over again, because essentially that's the cycle, right? They use you until they're done with you, and then they let you go because you don't fit some spreadsheet somewhere, essentially. Like they just need to optimize the spread. And the company does that multiple times a year, by the way. It's not a new thing for them, because it's a huge company. They have shareholders. They need to make the books look good for the shareholders. So they always do massive layoffs, like at the end of, the middle of every year. It just happened to be me at 2013. So basically, I started like really diving into the online business. I started looking into different like ways to launch products. But the problem with launches was, sure, you could create a product and you could launch it on a place like the Warrior Forum. And there's nothing against that business model. But if you're new, what are you going to create a product about? What are you such an expert at that people should give you money for? That was the thing that was in my head. It's like, sure, I could create something, but unless I'm lying throughout the whole thing, there's no way for me to like consciously sell something that I have no expertise on, because I'm not making any money. What am I going to sell people, a product about not making money? That's obviously not going to fly anywhere. Anyways, one thing led to another. It's almost the end of the year at this point, and I'm like literally like desperate. And I'm browsing the Warrior Forum trying to find the next shiny object to kind of save me. And I came across the same guy's thread that I was spoke to the same year, but earlier in the year. The guy that I told no, the guy with the 40,000 that was making 40,000 a month back then. And the only thing that was different on the page from last year to the time that I was looking at was he had more testimonials, more videos of people that were making not like crazy amounts of money, but 3,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 2,000 a month. And I looked at that and I was like, not to sound arrogant or anything, but I looked at that and I was like, man, these people that I see here, I mean, I don't see anybody that's like special or anything. It's like, if they were able to do it, why can't I do it? Right. So immediately I contacted him and I was like, all right, let's do it. I know I told you no last year and he didn't want to even accept me at the time, but finally we made an arrangement where I paid him almost double what he quoted me last time. And basically I got started. And literally my first 30 days of working with the guy, I generated close to about $3,000. The next month after that, like literally 30 days later, $9,000. The month after that, so this is 3 months into it, over $12,000. And by my fourth month, I was already bringing in over $18,000 a month. Wow. Now, if you want to know the secret of what was the difference between me not making literally the whole year before, barely even $100 altogether, versus like as soon as I started working with the guy, he basically showed me a few things and I immediately started getting results. The difference was a funnel, a sales funnel. And I'm sure you've heard this a lot. I'm sure you've heard it, kind of in the industry, like you need a funnel, you need this, you need that. But unless you really understand it and why it's so important, you'll always struggle to basically get results. So you need a few things to be successful online. So that's basically the story part. So let's just kind of end that there, because I'm sure that, a lot of people here, didn't, maybe you knew about it, maybe you don't, but that's basically kind of where I come from. Now, what happened after that was I started, constructing funnels, teaching people about funnels and doing all that kind of stuff. And people paid me a lot of money, like as much as $16,000 for one person for me to work with them to help them build their funnel and stuff. And that was great. I mean, that was amazing. But also at the same time, it was a huge drain on my time because, when I'm working with somebody one-on-one, you got to be there. You got to actually like help them. You got to actually like, do everything that I can to really kind of get them a result and stuff. So I decided, after I was also working with a partner back then, and I took a break, pretty long break from the industry for about a year, took all of my knowledge and applied it to another offline business, made a whole ton of money with that one. Same thing, because I had a funnel. And then when I came back online, the reason I came back online is because that offline business was boring the crap out of me. It was like, it wasn't as exciting as everything that we do online. I wasn't really enjoying it as much as I do everything that we do online. So when I came back online this time in 2017, what happened was I was like, look, I want to do it like differently this time. I want to create something that's not going to be a drain on my time if other people want to use it. And that's when FunnelX was born. That's essentially you're getting what you're getting with one of the funnel systems that we're going to be talking about today. Is imagine for a second if you went out and you hired a copywriter that would charge you probably around $80,000-$85,000 to write you the copy for the sales funnel. Then imagine if you hired like a funnel architect to construct it, build it, make sure the automation works, make sure everything is kind of flowing properly. They'll probably charge you anywhere from 25 to 30 grand. Beyond that, imagine if you also hired a super affiliate, somebody that really knows what offers convert, because it's not like, sure, you could know how to promote, but if you're promoting the wrong offer, you're done before you even started. You're not going to get any conversions if nobody wants the thing that you're promoting. So imagine if you did that. And then imagine if you hired like support staff, people to answer tickets and all that. And then imagine if you put all of that stuff together with the huge bill that would cost you to do that. But now imagine if you got all of that for free. If you didn't have to basically pay for any of that, and not only that, but you didn't, when you promoted, you didn't just get commission from one thing. Because let's be honest, and guys, I want to hear some participation here because this is kind of important. How many of you here, with whatever you're promoting right now, whatever program, if you've been ever a member of any kind of a program that the only thing that you're selling is like one product, if you've ever promoted something like that, just type in 3 in the chat box right now. Just the number 3. Okay, I see a bunch of people already typing in 3. So let me ask you this.
I'll put a 3 too.
Yeah. And me too, by the way. Don't think that this is like stuff that I knew right away. This was the problem that I had back in 2013. I was only promoting things that had one product in them. Now, there's nothing wrong with that per se, but here's the thing. Imagine for a second if you promoted that thing with the one product, whatever product you were promoting, and what's the best case scenario that can happen? What's the best case scenario? Somebody buys it. That's the best case scenario, right? But that's it, essentially. Then you're done. You don't have anywhere else to go from there. But imagine now if instead of promoting the one product, imagine if you promoted something and somebody bought your first product, then that's great. But then imagine if you had a second product to show them, something that really, really complements the first thing, that makes sense for them to get it, that it's not conflicting with the first thing that they basically gave you money for. And of course, that's something that's going to help them. And imagine if they bought that too. So essentially, if you're trying to get to, as an example, a certain goal of a certain amount per month, how fast can you get there if you got 2 products instead of 1? Essentially, you're doubling it, isn't it? Absolutely. If that makes sense, type in 4 in the chat box.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. See a bunch of 4s. So guys, now imagine if instead of 2 products, which were completely complementary, they were just perfect matches. It's like hamburger and fries kind of combo. It's just a match made in heaven. Imagine if beyond the second product, you also had a third product to offer them. And imagine if the person said yes. Now, beyond that, imagine if you had a 4th product and a 5th product and a 6th product. Who's going to win? Okay, if I'm going against the guy who's promoting 1 product and I got 6 in my funnel, who do you think is going to win?
Oh, the one that has 6 all the way.
All the way, right? So that's essentially what we're talking about here. It's a funnel that is 100% like, it just, I call it an infinity funnel because essentially it's just it's a chain of products that just match perfectly with each other. And they just work in harmonious, however you want to define that. And they just work together very, very well. And they also help people. Now, before we even get to the funnel part and before we kind of showcase some of that, one of the things that the reason that we're kind of doing this live right now is because there's something very, very special that I've been working on with Ontarian, by the way, for the past 7 months or so, 6 to 7 months or so. And I remember clearly when I told you about it, Ontarian, it was sometime around summer last year. And I was like, man, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this, but if I would, would you be able to do this and that? And we were thinking about how to do it and stuff. But let me ask you this, guys. How many here, just out of curiosity, from everybody that's in the room right now, how many here have ever been to an industry event, like any kind of event, whether it's like a super affiliate thing or some how to sell more stuff event or any event? So if you've ever been to an event, just type in yes in the chat box.
Nice.
Okay, I see a whole bunch of people. Okay, so especially for you guys that have been to an event, imagine this for a second. Imagine if this actually happened for a second. So you're in the event, you arrive, of course, you get your bag of swag and everything, you're shaking hands, you're taking pictures with all the gurus and stuff. But imagine towards the end of the first day, you're kind of wandering out of the last classroom or whatever they call it, the last speaker note or whatever, and you're kind of going out towards, maybe going up to, almost about to go up to your room or something, but you stop by the bar or something and you see 6 or let's say 7 of people who are absolutely heavy hitters in the industry right now. These are the people who are making enormous amounts of money. Super affiliates of the super affiliates, the cream de la crop, the top of the food chain, essentially, when it comes to online marketing. And imagine if all of them were on the same table. Then imagine if on that table, and they're just, I don't know, having a beer or something. Imagine that there was an empty seat there. And you kind of walk up and you have a seat and they're like, hey, how's it going? And you have two questions that basically you want to, like, I know that if that was me, I would have two questions to ask them, those folks. First one would be, I would want to know exactly what the traffic sources of every person in that table. I mean, if you agree, type in 5 in the chat box, because that's a really important question. You would want to know, how are they getting the traffic? How are they making thousands a day? How are they getting all of these results, essentially? How you see all their names on the leaderboards all the time. The second question I would want to know, and imagine if you asked that and they actually told you, like actually gave you the answer, gave you the exact source, gave you the exact everything. Second question I would want to know, because it's not enough just to know the traffic source, but I would also want to know, how exactly are they promoting? Like, what are they doing with that traffic source? What do they do with the visitor that comes from that traffic source? Where do they take them after to get the results that they're getting? And imagine if they shared all of that with you and you're like taking notes and you're scribbling and you're like, wow, this is awesome stuff. Now, that in and of itself would be valuable. Wouldn't you agree? Like if you just had access to that information and nothing else, if that's valuable, just type in 6 in the chat box. Priceless, right? Because I know when I got started, I actually tried doing that and I did not get the answers I was looking for, because, you know, why would they share that with somebody that's, you know, not necessarily from their inner circle, right? It's just not something that people do, especially super affiliates at the levels that we're talking about. Now, imagine if not only they gave you the information and now you know exactly how every single one of them, and they all do different things, by the way, but the end result is all of them, you just see them on leaderboards all the time. That's the end result. And what a better indication. I mean, sure, somebody can show you a screenshot, somebody can show you all kinds of stuff, but bottom line, if the name is on the leaderboard, they're getting results. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, there's no way to get around getting on a leaderboard. Sure, you can show screenshots, sure, you can show a whole bunch of stuff, but if your name is on a leaderboard, you're doing something right. So now imagine if not only they gave you this information, and now you have access to this information, but they also said, listen, you know, you're a cool cat, so what we're gonna do for you is something, you know, special. You can take all the information that you got. Actually, you don't even need to take it. We'll package it for you. We'll put it in like a nice little bundle, and we'll let you sell that. You know, you'll have to pay like a one-time admin fee kind of thing, just because, you know, obviously we have to put it together and stuff, but you can sell that information to other people and help other people. And we don't want any monthly ongoing fees. Like you don't have to pay us a cut or anything like that. You can just sell it because, you know, we like you or something like that. You know, imagine if that happened. How cool would that be if you actually got into that scenario? Like if that's not the ultimate dream scenario, I don't know what is. So type in 7 if you think that that's a pretty good place to be in, for you not only to get the information, but to be able to also give it to others. And by the way, keep 100% of the commissions, like 100%, and not only keep 100%, but you get paid directly. Like you don't need to, the money doesn't need to go somewhere and then come back to you after you wait like a month and a half. You can just collect it and keep 100% of it. So I see a whole bunch of 7s in the chat box.
I wish I had that 10 years ago, man.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. So essentially, that is exactly what I've been putting together with Ontarian and other super affiliates for the past 7 months or so. We've decided enough is enough. We're going to solve this problem once and for all for people in the industry, because there's really two of the biggest questions in our industry. Even till today, I still get them, even though I have lots of information out there on exactly what I'm doing, especially in my funnels and stuff, on exactly what traffic source I use and how do I promote. But when you buy a product from, let's say you want to learn about Facebook ads, okay? What do you do? You go out there, you find a course on Facebook ads, you pay the money, whatever it is, you know, $1,000, $2,000, $500, whatever it is. You buy it, you start going through the information, and usually what do you get? You first of all, you get the angle, the teachings of one person, maybe two, one person, but usually it's the same person that's teaching you the whole thing. So you're only really getting one person's perspective. You're not getting like a plethora of perspective, like different super affiliates giving you their own perspectives and stuff. You're just getting one angle. Second thing is whatever is it that they taught you in that program, which I'm sure is fabulous information, but usually you cannot promote whatever product they're showing you that they were making the ads for. Usually it's not the case, because usually it's their own program and it's something that you don't have any kind of resale rights to, right? So this essentially, everything that I'm talking about solves multiple problems. First of all, it's going to show you how to promote, and it doesn't matter what you promote. And I'll prove it to you right now. If you think that, David, is always promoting some new stuff, that's why he's at the top of the leaderboards. That's complete BS. I'll tell you why. The very first funnel that I set up back in FunnelX, which was back in October 2017, the product that I was promoting was out for over 10 years. It was, some of you guys might know it. It's called MCA Motor Club of America. How many of you know what that is? How many of you know exactly what that is? Type in 8 in the chat box.
I used to be heavily in MCA, man.
Right, there you go. Now, wouldn't you say that that's not only new, but that's like old as dirt? Like that's like stuff that nobody, that's like beyond old. That's like one of the very, very first programs that was ever created. But here's the proof. I used the exact recipes that we're talking about from this leaderboard affiliate program that I'm telling you about. And I put 2,400 members in 3 months in that program. So this has nothing to do with the program. Of course, you need to pick something that benefits people. Don't promote, stuff that doesn't. But if you know how to promote, if you got the secrets that we're talking about that are in this program, leaderboard affiliate, you can literally point towards any leaderboard you want. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to be there in like a month or a couple of weeks. Again, depends on how aggressive you are, right? And you literally would have everything that you need to do, every single step and every single strategy that you would need in order to completely dominate that leaderboard. That's essentially what the program is about. It's called the Leaderboard Affiliate. It's everything in it is designed to help you become that high performer that you always see on the leaderboards. How would you like that person to be you finally? Type in 9 in the chat box if that's what you want.
Type in a 9.
There we go. All right, so Ontarian, what I'm going to do now is let me kind of kick it back to you. First of all, for everybody that's kind of ready to see this, I guess, if you want to maybe share your link so they can check it out. And in the meanwhile, I'm here to answer questions or whatever we want to do next here. However you guys want to, how are we proceeding from here?
Hey, man. Well, David, first of all, thank you, man, for that presentation and story. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people here that can relate to you, that are inspired. I'm putting my link so you guys can see it in the chat. But now what I want to do, David, is kind of...
By the way, man, one thing, sorry. Before we do anything, this program, guys, is not open right now. The only people that you can actually sign up through is Ontarian and a handful of other people that helped create this. So you cannot buy this from anywhere right now. It's not open. It's not available. You can't get this anywhere. So the link that you have right now is... You can't access this from anywhere else other than this link. So be aware of that before you kind of go out there and kind of not take advantage of this golden opportunity you got of getting this information early.
And I want to say this too, David. Actually, I'm talking to everybody here. One of the struggles that I had, and the reason I struggled for so long in the online space, was because I did not understand and or master the traffic game. I knew how to generate some leads, but traffic is rubbish if you don't know how to convert those leads to sales.
Exactly.
You see, all traffic is not the same. So what we're giving you here in this product, this is no fly-by-night product. This is no fluff stuff, folks. This is, and I put a price tag on it, David. Maybe you're gonna put a more of a price tag. I put over $1 million worth of value on this thing.
Look, that's if you take the combined earnings of everybody in this program, like everybody that's teaching you here, and by the way, that same person that I told you about that ended up coaching me a year later, he's in there too. His name is Igor Kafitz, and you'll see him in the program. And every single other super affiliate there has been handpicked because of the results that they get. That's why Ontarian is in there. That's why other folks are in there. So you're getting the best of the people who are really moving the needle right now. And you get to see their secrets. You get to see, how would you like to know exactly what Ontarian does on a daily basis, every single day to get the results that he does? Amazing stuff, isn't it? Like, this is exactly what I wanted when I first got started. And I'm happy to really, have this available.
Well, this is something that's going to revolutionize the industry, because I get the traffic question every single day. I get the lead generation question. How are you getting leads? How do you get this right here is going to solve so many problems.
100%, man. 100%.
You want the ultimate online marketing course? Here you go, right here. No need to look any further. This is going to give you the keys to the kingdom. So, David, right now we have a special going on where you're waiving.
Yes. So remember, guys, when I mentioned that you could not only learn from the product, but you could also turn around, take it, and help other people, and basically have that program be your main product and basically sell it and make 100% of the commissions. Now, to do that, you're going to need to pay a reseller license fee. It's a one-time fee. And depending on which program you come in at, that's what you pay to kind of have the resale license rights to be able to sell that. But right now, if you come in and get inside the program while we're still in the early phase of this, and I believe it's only for the first 48 hours or so, you actually get the resale rights included. So all you do basically is you just pay for the program, and the resale rights are included in it. You don't need to pay for those. And then you can turn it around and sell it. Now, here's the part about the selling. Remember the funnel that I told you about with the 6 different income streams? Guess what? One of the income streams is leaderboard affiliate. In fact, it's the first one. So not only you get to learn how to promote, you can also turn around, sell the program through the funnel, which I personally do the selling for you in all the videos. And all your job is, obviously, you need to roll up your sleeves and get to the promoting part, but 99% of the work is done by the funnel.
That's powerful. That is absolutely powerful. So, folks, we want to open it up now for maybe some Q&A. If you have any questions, this is being streamed on Facebook as well. So, folks on Facebook, if you have questions, please go ahead and comment. What questions do you guys have so far? Just go ahead and put them in the chat, and we will attend to you. If you've liked what you've heard so far this evening, do me a favor and drop a number 2 in the chat box. Drop a number 2. And if you feel like this is going to help you out big time in whatever you're promoting, I said I don't care what you're promoting. It can be, you can be selling snow to an Eskimo, folks, and just build a sales funnel and go to the Eskimo and say, hey, I got some snow for you. You can sell that with the techniques that we're going to show you in this thing. So put a number 2.
Promote anything, man. Anything at all. Anything at all.
So any questions? Check on Facebook. Iris said, how many levels are there?
There's 6 levels, and the levels are inclusive. So that's a good question, Iris. So let me explain. So basically, the first level that we have is called the promoter level. If you just come in at that level, you automatically get, as part of the promotion right now, you get to first access the product because it's not available anywhere else. Nobody else is promoting it. Nobody else has access to promote it. First, you get access to the level itself. And second thing is you get to turn around and sell it with a resale license fee that's essentially included for you. But if you come in as an example at the next level, which is called, as an example, the team builder level, you just pay for the team builder, but you automatically get the promoter included in it. So this is why it makes sense to come in at the boss level, because first of all, you get the secrets of, I believe it's 8 altogether. There's 6 different programs, but some of them are doubled up. So let's see, we got double, 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 3 doubles. So that's about on 8 or 9 super affiliates, essentially teaching you everything that they know about how to promote and everything else. If you come in at the boss level, you get all of the programs included, and you get the reseller license for the boss, which includes all the reseller licenses for all the other programs, free. The reseller license, not the program. So that's how that works. 6 levels, boss, and it trickles down from there.
All right. Hopefully that answered your question, Iris.
And by the way, there's no monthly fees, there's no yearly fees, there's no renewal fees, there's nothing. It's a one-time, lifetime access. So you just pay the one time, and that's it. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I mean, with as much money as I've been able to make with this industry, I mean, some months I reach over $200,000 in a singular month. I still hate monthly bills. I just do. I don't know what is it about it. Maybe I'm a cheapskate. Maybe it's whatever it is. Everything, I just hate it. I just don't like paying monthly bills. But at the same time, I understand that some services require that. But if I can avoid it, I don't want to make anybody else go through that. So that's the reason I structured it that way. No monthly fees, no yearly fees, no renewal fees, no fees whatsoever, period. It's just one time and you're in.
Awesome, awesome. Justin Matthews said, is this newbie friendly?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, I think I mentioned this a few times in previous videos and stuff, but one of the things that drives me forward in the industry and to create the stuff that I do, and basically to work and be passionate about everything that I do, is one specific person, and that is David from 2012. Essentially, that newbie guy that wasn't getting results, the guy that was constantly frustrated, the guy that didn't know how to, barely made $100 the whole year in 2013. Essentially, everything that I do is geared towards that guy, because I know that guy has the same problems as millions of other people online right now. So if I can solve that guy's problem, I'm solving the problems of a lot of other people. And this for sure would have solved a lot of his problems, because that guy didn't have something to promote that's high converting. That guy didn't have a funnel. That guy didn't know how to promote properly, and so on and so on. I mean, I could, there's a million things that you probably are missing right now, but if you get access to the right things, if you get access to the right type of funnel, the right type of follow-up, the right type of products to promote, and basically everything has been handpicked for you and put in the funnel. And Ontarian, you've promoted very, very heavily. In fact, you still do. FunnelXROI, and that is essentially, up until now, that's been the flagship, but now that's changing because FunnelXpress is going to be the flagship moving forward. FunnelXROI is still there, still makes money, still lots of conversions are happening every single day. But what were your results with FunnelXROI? I think you did over 100,000 in like a span of a little over 2 months or so, or 3 months or something like that.
Astronomical, man. Blew me away. So
yeah.
FunnelXROI, so one of the income streams in FunnelXROI I was in before, and I decided to go back in because of the FunnelXROI system.
Right.
So I said, man, this is exactly what I was looking for. 5 income streams, really? It's kind of like this. McDonald's has many different products. Someone would be highly upset if they get a hamburger and no fries, unless they don't like fries. But hamburger and fries go together like hand and glove. So FunnelXROI basically was that hand in the glove for me. So when I set it up, I said, well, let me test it out. Tested it out, and I tell you what, it just blew up. So in 90 days, with all 5 income streams, over 6 figures in 90 days, because of the what did you call it? What did you name the system, and what kind of system it is?
Infinity sales funnel.
Infinity sales funnel, because it's all about, folks, if you don't know it yet, it's about multiple streams of income.
100%. 100%. There's no better way of putting it than that, because if you take as an example McDonald's today and you strip away all the other products and you just leave them with hamburgers, like the example that you gave, Ontarian, how profitable do you think those guys would be?
Not as profitable.
They'd have to close down the stores within 3 months. Everything, go home, everybody, done.
Fries and milkshake. It's time to go home.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, look at Apple. Apple, without even thinking about it, folks, you go get a new upgraded iPhone every single time it comes out. And I got all Apple products. So they have a funnel in place. The funnel proposal system is worldwide, folks. And all we've done is brought it online to give you education. Think of this as your college education, but in entrepreneurship and marketing online.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to change the industry.
Yeah. Think about it this way. When you go, like you said, to buy an Apple product, when you buy, let's say, a phone, don't you get a case for it? Don't you get a screen protector? Don't you get a extra charger? All of those things. I mean, do you get upset when they offer you a case? No, you're happy. You'd be upset if they didn't offer you a case. Because you'd be like, what kind of store is this? They don't sell cases. Now I have to go look for one. Right. Essentially, this is exactly what it is. It's one funnel that gives the person everything that they need. The other thing, by the way, that has helped me with my results online, and this is, if you've been online for any period of time, you've probably heard about this. It's called a list, an email list. Mm-hmm. When I started, the problem that I had in 2013, I mean, I had a lot of problems in 2013 that I was doing wrong. But one of the things I was not doing that was really hurting was I was not building a list. I was not building an email list. With XPress, you're automatically building your list because one of the components in it, there's 6 different income streams. 3 of them are one-time and high ticket also. They go from low ticket to high ticket. But the other 3 are residual income. One of those residual income streams is an autoresponder. And essentially, you need it, first of all, if you want to build any kind of sustainable business. That's the reason I put it there. And second thing is it pays you monthly. Once you start running traffic through the funnel, you get some autoresponder signups, affiliate signups. They go to you. You start building your monthly residual income stream, and it just grows and grows. I mean, I'm at the point now where my residual income streams are paying for my house, my mortgage, my car, my everything you can think of. It's like that's just residual stuff, not to mention all the other one-time stuff. That's legacy money, you know.
It's a beautiful thing, man. That residual income is huge, and like you, David. I mean, it's nice to get that monthly residual, man. It's like, the phone companies, electric companies, they got it right. They know exactly what they're doing.
100%, man. 100%.
Following what they do. We got a question that says, Iris, are you asking what level I'm at? She's probably asking what level is Ontarian.
Ontarian is one of the contributors. He's at the highest level there is.
I'm at the highest level.
Yeah. And that's where I recommend everybody here. I mean, again, do what you're comfortable with, but at the same time, think about it this way. If you come in, let's say right now at the 497 level, which is the superstar, but then you realize, okay, first of all, you only need one sale to cover everything that you paid. One sale. With one sale, you got everything back. Second thing is there's also pass-ups in the system for the second sale of every single one of your referrals. So example, if you refer 2 people and both of them go for the same level that you did, let's say example, the superstar, the first sale goes to you, that's 100% commissions to you, paid directly to you, but the second one essentially rolls up. So if you come in at the 497 level, great. If that's what's good for you, great. But here's the thing. You're going to realize very, very quickly that, first of all, you're potentially missing out on much, much higher commissions. Example, $1,000 commissions, $997, or $1,997 in commissions. And let's be honest, guys, how many of those $1,997 in commissions do you need to have a good month? I remember when I was first getting started, all I wanted was $3,000 a month. That's it. If I could do that, I'm golden, because that would have meant that could replace my job income, and I don't have to drive every day for like 40 minutes to get to work and back. That's all I wanted. Now, of course, everything beyond that, it grew well beyond that. But think about it. What is your goal right now? How much do you want to get to a level with your online kind of results? And it's up to you. If you want to kind of trickle those commissions in slowly and nicely and small amounts, that's great. But how faster would you get there if you had a $2,000 commission pop into your account? $1,000 commission pop into your account. Remember, even if you go for the 497 level today, if you want to upgrade to the 2000 level tomorrow or next week, you're going to have to pay for the whole 1997 because there's no pay the difference. So essentially you're paying more than you should if you kind of step upgrade. So it makes sense for you to come in at the highest level you can, because guys, there's nothing like this in the industry. Okay. I know I've checked. If there was something even remotely close to this, I wouldn't bother creating this. I would just promote that thing, but there isn't. There is nothing like this available.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, man. And I checked everywhere. There is no singular product that, first of all, will teach you exactly what works right now. And again, look at the leaderboards. Guys, like, go look at the leaderboards. Don't even look at proof or any screenshots or any of that stuff. I don't even bother with those. Just go look at the leaderboards. Look at the guys that are in the program and go look at any leaderboard you want. You'll see their name right at the top. And if you want to know what they're doing, this is the program to do it. So there you go.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, David.
Sure, man.
Questions here.
Sure thing.
Is there a big learning curve? And Miracle Lane said, what's the difference in the levels? So Miracle, yeah, go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the difference is you're learning from another super affiliate. That's the difference. It's not like one material is necessarily better than others. They all have their unique take on things, and they all get you to the same, they're all designed to get you to the same exact spot, which is the leaderboard. But imagine if you, just to give you an example, my mentor, who is, again, inside the program, he runs promotions that make him over $100,000 a week. Okay. Like, we're not talking about $100,000 a year, $100,000 every 6 months, a week. And he shows you how he's doing it. In fact, I even twisted his arm to him, like, listen, I don't want you to just show them. I want the campaigns. I want the emails. I want the pages. I want all of it. And I got it. I actually got it. And the only way you're going to get access to that is if you go to the boss level. Same thing with the other levels. I mean, again, how many people do you want to learn from? Do you want to learn from the top people in the industry? Essentially, what's going to happen is you're going to go through the material, and just one of the super affiliates is just going to click and is going to be like, this is the one I'm going to be following. And you just go for it. Now, that could be, the promoter program, that could be the boss program, that could be the celebrity, that could be the guru. Which one is it? I don't know. Whichever one you most kind of connect with. But in my opinion, you should have all of them, because first of all, you're maximizing your knowledge. You're learning from, one campaign could make you 10 times more than you ever paid for the program. One campaign. Just one campaign. Not to mention, you could do these campaigns like every single week, every single month, over and over and over and over. And Ontarian, isn't it true that everything you do now is like a recipe? It's like just a recipe. You just repeat. Just repeat,
man.
Repeat.
Repeat, repeat and rehash. I've done the same thing over. I do the same thing. I got a pattern that I follow on Facebook every single day, folks. There's a lot of psychology. You may see me post something and wonder why I'm posting it, or what does it mean, or are you just showing results? There's a pattern. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of psychology behind that pattern.
Right.
There's other things that I do to leverage, the internet space. So you're gonna learn all that. Plus, whatever level you come in at, it's all about taking bits and pieces from every single leaderboard affiliate and making it your own. That's all you're doing. You're taking notes and say, okay, I can use that. Okay, I never knew that. I can put that down here. Mm-hmm. It's going to revolutionize the way you do business. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you.
Not only that, but what's it worth you? Think about it for a second. Like, everybody that's here, just stop for a second and think, what is it worth to you to finally start seeing your name on the leaderboards? Like, think about that for a second. Not to mention all the results that it brings, the fame, the dollars in the bank account, all of that. How much longer do you want to go on the same path that you're kind of on right now. If you're okay with where you are, that's fine. And no problem there. But I wasn't. I really wasn't. When I was first getting started, I was like, I want to know everything. I want to show me everything. You know, and that's now you have the golden opportunity to come in, not pay for the resale license fees because that's included for you. And again, you can't get this anywhere else. Nobody else is promoting this. The program is not open. The only way you get it is through this link right here. So there you go.
You got Iris said, what with the resale license, is there a max of resales we can do?
Unlimited, as many as you want, as many as you want. Now, here's the thing with that, just to be clear, there is a second pass up. So just to be clear, so let's say that Iris referred Ontarian, okay? And let's say, Iris, you're at the boss level, okay? Now, you sell Ontarian the boss level, you make $19.97, paid directly to you, by the way. It doesn't even go through me. Like, it just, you get the money like directly to you. You configure how you want to get paid inside. You tell people exactly how to send it. You want a check, you want, you have a payment, however you want to get paid, basically. Now, your second sale, so let's say you refer David now, and I come in and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I really want these secrets. I want access to the stuff. I roll up to whoever brought you in. Okay, now same thing. Now let's say Ontarian starts promoting and he makes a sale for, let's say, the $4.97 level. He keeps 100% of that. That never rolls up. He makes a sale for $9.97. He keeps that too. He makes a sale for boss. He keeps the first one. Second sale he makes for boss rolls up to you. But you gotta be at the level to receive that roll up. If you're not at that level, bye-bye roll up. Like, you don't see that. See what I mean? So that's pretty huge, because this is how many times Ontarian. I know it happened to me every single day ever since I started promoting the one of the programs in funnelxRY. But every single day I would get like a notification that, because I brought in a ton of members and people started selling and stuff, and I would get like pass up, like, you know, second sale, you know, that kind of stuff. So you got to be in a position to receive those. Not to mention, even if you never promoted it ever, just the knowledge that's in there is, in my opinion, worth 100 times what's being charged for it. In my opinion, like I still can't believe we pulled it off, Ontarian. Like, because for me to be able to put this together, it was a huge project, man. It was longer than anything I've ever done.
Well, you know, it's a masterpiece. When we first talked about it, I was like, that is going to. You know, I remember the conversation. I was driving in my car, my truck, and I was like, this is not out there. This is going to revolutionize the game. This is going to solve too many problems. And that's what we're in the business of doing, folks. The money is exchanged when you solve a problem. Any product or service that's out there in the world is solving a problem. That's all we're doing here as entrepreneurs. So this is going to solve a whole bunch of problems for affiliate marketers, network marketers, you name it. It doesn't matter. We're going to help them out.
Yeah, whatever you're promoting now, again, you don't have to necessarily take advantage of the infinity sales funnel of a funnelxpress. You could continue promoting whatever it is that you're promoting, but you'll do it with a different set of eyes now and a different skill set now, because you'll know what the super affiliates know. And you'd be like, I know exactly how that dude is on the leaderboard, and I'm going to be doing the same thing now. And then you find yourself right there if you do the right things and you follow the program. Another thing is that's a huge bonus for everybody that's here right now. If you're jumping in on this right now, as the link is still there, is this is, again, not open to the public yet, but for everybody that joins, first of all, you automatically get that reseller license that I mentioned. And also you can start promoting now. So you're essentially part of a group that doesn't exist yet. You're essentially an affiliate with no competition, because no other affiliates are promoting this right now, except for a handful of other people that have gotten access to this, like the contributors like Ontarian and other folks. So how would you like to be in on one of potentially, arguably, one of the best affiliate programs out there on the market right now? Arguably the best one, in my opinion. But again, I'm biased, right? So, yeah.
Lori P., thank you. When would this be open to the public? Ray Helton said.
I am At least until Thursday, 9 p.m. is when I'm telling my list about it. So you got plenty of time. You could do I mean, Ontarian, would you agree? I mean, 3 days in internet marketing time, that's like infinity, that's so much can happen in 3 days. It's, you could do a lot in 3 days, guys. You could do a lot in 3 days. And same thing with the funnel, by the way. When you get access to this, you also get access to the funnel. So the infinity funnel I was talking about, funnelxpress, you get first access to that too. Not available anywhere else, except for a handful of other people who contributed to the product, only through those. So, yeah.
Nice. All right, guys. Any other questions? David, did I hear about a money back guarantee? Was that this funnel?
There isn't one. I mean, here's the thing. There is like if you really implement everything that you learned and within 14 days and you still don't get a single result, sure, we'll help you out and you'll get the whatever you invested in it. But really that's impossible. That's just not going to happen. Like, I mean, that's just there because these secrets are so important. I just don't want them getting into the wrong hands, So whoever gets in it, I want you to come in it with a mindset of, I'm finally going to solve this problem, and that's it. I'm done with this mediocre, average, promoting the next product that doesn't go anywhere, and this is your 99th product this year. And I mean, you'd be in a position where any product you want to touch, anything you want to promote, you'd have the knowledge to go ahead and dominate that leaderboard. If that's what you want, this is for you. If that's not what you want, and you're just kind of browsing and you're like, oh, I'm bored. There's no WWE tonight, so let me go through this thing. This is not for you. I can tell you that right now. So, yeah.
All right. Well, we are a little bit over an hour, so we're going to go ahead and end it. Any more last questions, folks? If you've enjoyed this tonight, again, we appreciate all of you being here. Drop a number 7 for us. And if you want this product, okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, David, but Thursday, the admin fees go into effect, right?
Yeah, it's gone. Like, you got to pay for it, basically. You got to pay for every level, like whatever level the person comes in at. They got to pay for the reseller admin fee, and that's resale license fee. And that's no resale license fee promo you're never going to see this again. So it's just not happening.
So today up until Thursday, folks, you can have the reseller's license waived.
And you can start promoting it as soon as you got access to it, like as soon as you're in the program. So really, really simple.
Powerful. If you want this, folks, do me a favor, type in the chat box, I need this, I want this, whatever it is, and get with me on Facebook. You know how to find me. If we're not friends, go ahead and add me, that way I can get this product in your hands as soon as possible, and or answer any more of the questions that you may have. But again, this is going to really help you catapult your business. I don't care, again, what you're doing. This is versatile. It's going to help anything. This is going to solve your traffic woes. All the traffic headaches, you've been banging your head against the wall all these years. How do I get traffic? It seems like it's a secret. They're hiding things from me. No, everything in here, you're going to learn from the top affiliates. And all of us combined have earned well over, what's the figure, David?
Millions of dollars, man. Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Just my mentor alone, not even counting what I do, not counting everybody else. He does over 4 million a year sending emails. Wow. Just sending emails. Just one guy. And you're getting over 6 of these. Like, so imagine learning from these type of caliber, like people who are actually not teaching you from theory, but it's all experience and actual stuff that works right now. And if you want proof, check out the leaderboards. Go look at the leaderboards. They're all right on the leaderboards. That's the reason I named it Leaderboard Affiliate. I've handpicked everybody that's in it because, first of all, I've seen firsthand that they're getting massive results. And I mean massive, thousands per day kind of stuff. And that's where the program came to be.
Powerful. Well, Thank you so much, David. Guys, you can go to passiveincomeonsteroids.com, passiveincomeonsteroids.com. Ray Helton said, thanks for creating this. I can see it's more than worth it, whether you pay for the reseller rights or not. Thanks for caring. All right, Ray Helton, you're so welcome, brother. And looking forward to you excelling this year in 2019. Folks, there's so much out there in this industry that no one should be struggling online. There's so much education, but this right here, icing on the cake, icing on the cake. So if there's no more questions, we're going to go ahead and end this. Again, reach out to me on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, which this is going to be on YouTube, the link is going to be below to join, passiveincomeonsteroids.com. We'll talk to you guys later. Take care. God bless. Thanks, David. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
All right, take care.